Prepare yourself, guys. Today we're going to talk about celebrities with benefits and that kind of a list. You know what I'm talking about. If Roger Goodell is wrong, was Kaepernick right? Would Warner Brothers have fired Hartley for what he said? And what about Ezra Miller if that's the case? Are we ready to face the music with Bill and Ted? We're going to discuss this and catch up to some questions on We Got Your Mail right now.
Welcome to Talking Through the Media's Guys, your home for entertainment, news, and reviews by fans. That's us, for fans. That's you. Remember to like and subscribe. Send us those questions and those comments because we want to hear them. I'm Amy Newman, and joining me today is the dazzling, the charming.
Yes.
Let me like the thesaurus out.
Outstanding. Yes. More.
Show-stopping.
The show-stop. The main event. Yes. More compliments. That's right. Thanks, guys. Hey. You know what? Amy always struggles to try to beat a compliment here, and it's in the contract. It's like you have to.
I'm like tearing through my word of the day calendar. Like, what else do I got? I don't know a ton of words, Chris.
Like, hey Google, words that'll the opposite of who Chris is. And then she goes, try amazing.
I say great every time. I don't know. That's if I hit you with a 3-syllable, I like Googled it beforehand. Like, am I using that right?
Exactly.
I'll start the ubiquitous, like
the inevitable.
The ostensibly.
Ooh, supercalifragilistic, blah 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 blah. No shit. I don't even know that song. Well, so how was your week so far? I heard you guys are getting out of the going into the next phase over there in California, right?
Yeah, I feel like how was your week is a very loaded question right now.
Exactly.
I am personally choosing to ignore that as much as possible. And truly, it just I think if this has taught us anything,
it's like let the pawns go out first and breathe the air.
Like, shocker, I'm sure to very few people, I'm starting to get a sneaking suspicion the government is not always interested in acting in our best interests, especially not right now. So
no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And speaking of happy hour, let's get right back into the show. Yeah. We're gonna get into why is that trending. Well, why is that trending? I'm glad you didn't ask. Well, if you want to participate and send us a topic or something that you think we should discuss on the what's trending and why is it trending segment of the show, just send it to us at mail@t3medias.com. We'll talk about it right here on the show. So let's get into the first topic of the day. So a meme has been circulating around the internet with a scene from a movie called Friends with Benefits starring Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake, with the caption stating, "If you could have sex with any celebrity, who would it be?" Amy, this is the question of all questions. If I know I'm not trying to start any trouble in your household. I know my fiance is probably listening. Like her spider senses are probably tingling right now. But this is very important with the hall pass situation. Right. That discussion. Who is on that celebrity crush list? If this person, if were to be in your zone of opportunity, who can't the boyfriend be upset with?
It's funny because I feel like I used to very much be a celebrity crush person. Like, I was very much into I like this celebrity and that celebrity.
Right.
And as I've gotten older and gotten a relationship, I feel like I'm not fun with this game anymore because it's like, oh, Chris Pratt's so handsome, but I don't think I'd get along with him. Like, I just get a vibe that we would not be on the same page if we tried to talk. And this guy's cute, but I know, even if it was the hall pass, my boyfriend would not be okay with it fundamentally. I'm not fun with it anymore.
You're ruining the game.
We were going, because when we first started dating, I was like, oh, here's my hall pass. And there were some people, he was like, that feels like comedians and shit who perform in LA all the time. And he's like, feel like that might happen. Like, I don't like you have to take them off. You might be able to make that one work. So I don't have like I will say the one that I've cleared with my boyfriend, because also I'm like, seems like a pretty cool guy. I feel like if it worked out, I'm making a really smart investment. Just successful and on a good successful path. So that works out well for me. My boyfriend has given the stamp of approval to Taika Waititi, because just very talented, very smart, very funny, very underratedly.
A lot of energy in that pick. I like that. Pick. I'm not mad at that pick. That's
right. I feel like it says so much. I can't just be like, Chris Evans. Like, also pick a Chris.
It's funny how many names that you say that you can't say, yet you've said at least two already with Chris Evans and Chris Pratt.
But that's beside the point. That's we could do a whole episode of just my analysis of the Chris's.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand.
Well, how about you? Have you had to approve the list?
Oh no, I am totally not allowed to even participate in this conversation. I can't believe you peer pressured me into this at all, honey. I'm sorry. I'll talk to her after the show. I'm sorry. She it's Amy. You know how she is. No. Let's be real. Charlize Theron. Well, I would think that most couples that live in LA near LA at all would be not allowed to have a set list, because the chances of you bumping into these people are higher.
I could run into Robert Downey Jr. I don't think he would just be. I don't think he would fuck me.
That's the fourth name that she mentioned without mentioning. I think I'm seeing what's going on here. But I think that so when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. That's a throwback to an old 90s rap song. There, for some reason, there was always Minnie Driver. I don't know why, but ever since I saw Good Will Hunting, and I've told Minnie Driver this on Twitter, and she acknowledged it. she's pretty cool. And ever since I saw Good Will Hunting, and it was that scene where her, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon were at the I guess a little restaurant. They were just sharing funny stories, and she told that funny story about the old married couple who was like 100 years old or something like that. And what would you like for your birthday? And he said, I would, want that sexual act. And his wife did it. And then how she ended the joke with that "give me a kiss" thing. Ever since I don't know what it was about the way she told that story. It wasn't the punchline that did it. It was just in the middle of the story, how sweet it seemed the story was. Something about Minnie Driver just spoke to me that day. But on top of that list, it's always it's the usual. No, it's your Halle Berrys, it's your Charlize Therons, but it's Charlize Theron. It's been holding strong. Usually that list would change over the years, but Charlize is holding strong enough.
Just better with age.
Better with age. She's pretty much ruining my relationship right now. I'm not allowed to watch any of her movies anymore. Olivia Wilde. I'm securing my masculinity. I got a boy crush. I threw The Rock in there too. I mean, I'm not saying something would happen. I'm just saying that it's 2020.
Sexuality's fluid, and I have eyes. Like, come on, y'all.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like both of our cranium, what is it? What's the word? Cranium combined would cause a chain reaction of awesomeness. That's all. Let's just just get good luck. That's all. But no, that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's more people that's on. Who was the lady? What was her name from Party of Five and Scream? Oh my God, Nev Campbell. Also on the list. I'm sorry. This list is going to go on.
I know you're like, I don't know. I
could possibly Gabrielle Union, Megan Good. I mean, come on. I don't know. Are we gonna just keep with just actors? Should I throw singers in there too? There's nobody else on the list.
In the bio,
just look, guys, put it down below. Who's on your list? And
honestly, just check Chris's Twitter mentions. I'm
sure.
You up?
I'm sure Fiona Apple's still out there. I'm sure she likes me. I'm just saying. No. Okay, that's the end of the list. There's nobody else I'm gonna throw in there. There's like 5 more. But guys, let us know who is on your list. Have you seen this meme going around? It's like I said, it's a picture of Mila Kunis, and for the most part, I saw it on Facebook. Actually, I saw it on Facebook, the Facebook group. What is it called? Movie Addiction. Hosted by his name is Jay Waters. He's a good guy. He lives out here in Houston. And I told him, I said, hey, that's a funny meme. I've got to mention it on the show because we're running out of topics. And he's like, go ahead, just give the group a shout out. So there you go. Facebook group is called Movie Addictions. It's got about like 10,000 followers out there. Good movie questions, good conspiracy theories out there, and good trivia. You'll have fun with this group. It's a lot of fun. So check it out, guys. And let's go into the next trending topic of the day.
All right. The NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, released a video message saying the NFL was wrong for not listening to players about their concerns on race, including kneeling during the national anthem during games. The thing that people mostly gravitated towards was the fact that the person who originally peacefully protested was Colin Kaepernick, who is still yet to be allowed back in the NFL after he was labeled as disrespecting the national anthem as he kneeled to protest police brutality. So, Chris, if the NFL was wrong, wouldn't that mean they should admit that Kaepernick was right?
You darn tootin'. I'm trying not to curse, but this shit is getting on my nerves. I'm telling you, man. It was so funny how I never thought I'd see it, but one day I'm flipping around with the remote and I'm like, I recognize that guy. Who is that guy? Oh, it's the commissioner of the NFL. I wonder what he's gonna say right now. And then he said the words, "We were wrong." I honestly just thought, okay, but you didn't mention the person who was right like 3-4 years ago. You didn't say any of that. You didn't mention anything. Nike was ahead of the curve. They backed Colin Kaepernick from the very beginning, and they got a lot of shit from it. I mean, people burning shoes and all kinds of stuff. It was crazy.
You had to buy the shoes, dummy, but okay.
Yeah, you still have to buy the shoes, exactly. And then after a while, a couple of months later, same people probably burning stuff. They probably went back into the stores and replaced a couple of those things. They know they did. It's smooth over. And Nike is still, number one. They're still out, selling the most of them. The one thing that stood out to me the most was a comment somebody made. I think it was on ESPN, who said somebody said that if NFL was smart, and if any team, I don't care which team it is, were to bring him on as a quarterback, because of what's going on right now and everything, do you know how much money that those jersey sales would be right now? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that are still upset with Colin Kaepernick, but the people who are now, especially now, the amount of the money that the NFL is probably leaving on the table right now, because if there was a brand new jersey with Kaepernick on the back with a new team, or maybe his old team, those jerseys, I'm sure his jersey is still selling right now, his old jersey.
I've seen people at protests in them, like people.
It's for any other reason, not besides the fact that he's still in great shape, he's still young enough to play the game, he's still one of the best quarterbacks. He did go to the Super Bowl. I mean, all that other stuff out the way. But that's just my 2 cents, whatever that's worth. But I mean, Amy, I don't know. Did you catch that trending top? Did you see that?
Yeah,
that buzzing around.
I mean, I don't think I have a ton to add, just beyond it's insane. Again, I've seen the argument over and over again of people discussing the protests of, well, why can't you just do it peacefully? Why can't you do it? Colin Kaepernick did. Yeah. He tried for a very long time to use his platform to peacefully stand up for what he saw was wrong. And I'm glad the tide is turning and these statements are being issued. But that man definitely deserves, respect due for what he did, and deserves, a major apology and a major shot back at his career. Like, the fact that hurt his career as intensely as it did is insanity. And again, it's like, okay, you admitted you were wrong. Now, can you admit that this person was doing what you're asking for? The peaceful protest, the standing up for the thing that we all should have been paying more attention to years ago.
I think it's like a process. It's like a a couple maybe like in counseling. They're like, I'm not there yet, but maybe a couple of weeks from now, it's like, okay, Colin, I'm ready. I'm ready to admit. I feel like that's what's probably going to happen.
Every team has the good sense and the balls to take them back. I'm not a football fan, but I might pick I've always been like, I just don't have a team I really care about. And as a person who likes sports but has never loved football,
I watch football. I'm like a fair weather fan. If the local team, the Houston Texans, are winning, I'm happy, kind of a thing. But I watch other teams play and whatnot. I was thinking about it. Why not New York? Go up from LA to New York. I mean, if there's one city that would probably really have his back right now, a lot of people thought maybe Houston because of what what just happened with George Floyd being from Houston. But Houston has a great quarterback, and I don't think I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think any Southern, even if he got an offer, I don't think he should take an offer from any Southern state. That's just me personally. I think New York, or maybe if he could stay with somewhere in California, would be perfect for him. Just because I think the energy would be good. It would be a good fit. Just from the state. I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong. There's probably like 100 like NFL people who know their shit are probably like yelling at the screen. Are you crazy? That defense is terrible. Like yelling at me right now. I'm sorry. I'm not that involved in it. I'm just looking at the t-shirt sales, guys. But the question is, guys, what do you guys think about that? Were you as what's the word? I guess concerned about that whole apology? Did you buy that whole thing? Do you think that the NFL should not only that this is a good first step, but they should also acknowledge who was correct all those years ago on that for a long time on that island by himself, taking all that heat, and let's see if they do that. So with that out the way, let's get on to the next topic. What is going on out there, Amy?
All right. Well, on the other end of the spectrum from Colin Kaepernick, we have comic book fans who have seen a lot of their heroes defy all odds, but another on-screen hero, actor Hartley Sawyer, was fired from the series The Flash after racist and misogynist tweets surfaced. In the exclusive on The Hollywood Reporter, the tweets, all from before he joined the CW series, make references to sexual assault and contain racist and homophobic language. Sawyer's Twitter account has been deleted, but screenshots of the old posts have circulated online in the past 2 weeks, because the internet never forgets. His firing also comes amid the nationwide protests against systemic racism in the wake of George Floyd's May 25th death in Minneapolis. Chris, you watch the show. How does this all make you feel?
I'm probably gonna say something that is unexpected of me. I mean, at first I thought, okay, let me just, before I put my foot in my mouth, let me reset real quick. Chris, don't you do it. My invisible lawyer I don't have an angel and a devil on my shoulder. It's a lawyer and another lawyer. But I'm thinking that's the Warner Brothers problem. I understand that, they want to protect their image. That I'm 100% aware of, and I understand. But why don't they have a person or a team of persons that are scanning and vetting their actors for, I don't care how big the show is, how small the show is, movie or radio station. If you're going to hire nowadays, employers will check social media. And I think that for television shows, because how fans react to television shows sometimes, particular movie stars or TV stars, standout star or a team of actors and whatnot, there's a sick need for a lot of people to celebrity worship anyway. No matter how good the writer is or the director is, it's sometimes people are just only focused on that actor. That being said, I think since they're the face of the ones that are going to be out there for the most part, representing whatever the project is, I think it makes sense to do your research. These tweets were very old and were just sitting there were there way before he was hired. And I cannot imagine that there was not one person that wasn't already aware of it. So I was thinking, okay, why are you firing him if you knew about it? Because if you knew about it before you hired him, then you should have been prepared for this moment. Or maybe if you didn't care when you hired him, why do you care now? Now, because it looks, obviously we know why, because it's tensions are high and it looks bad for the company. That being said, we still got to protect the company. So it's like, dude, we maybe secretly in the interview we're like, we know about these tweets. If they don't say nothing, we won't say nothing. Oops, they're saying something now. We got to let you go. Maybe that's kind of what happened.
To the NFL going, oh, now the public opinion has swayed.
Oh, that wasn't disrespecting the flag. Maybe they weren't disrespecting the flag, right? But then, so I was on the fence on whether or not, okay, it's a company decision. It makes sense. Got to protect the brand. Then I was thinking, well, you knew about it before you hired him. Stick with the guy because it was. He's probably. I believe a long time ago a saying that was said to me about a person who tries to judge you. I was in church a long time ago when somebody said this to me. Whenever somebody tries to bring up your past a lot, I knew you back then when you were smoking this or doing that and all kind, whatever your advice was back in the day. He said, the thing that I always say to people is, I may not be the man that I strive to be, but I'm no longer the man I used to be. Something like that. He just said it that simple, that fast. And I believe in that. It's probably his situation. He's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But then I read the tweets. It's not just the few that I put on the thumbnail. There were a lot of tweets.
Yeah, I've seen a handful of them, and it did feel very much just like a misguided attempt at like edgy humor.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be this guy. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a comedian, and I feel like I see so much of the conversation of like, oh well, he was just trying to be funny, and it didn't go well, and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's like your First Amendment right of you can say whatever you want does not. You can say whatever you want.
But I can react the way I want to.
Exactly. And honestly, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like
I've been hearing that saying a lot lately. Tyrone Magnus.
I feel like it is appropriate a lot lately. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. It's like when we're discussing like, oh, should people get canceled over this or over that? It's like there are so many actors in the world. You can find one who's good and not an asshole. Right. I just think if they're shitty, if they're saying racist shit, there's no reason. There's no amount of talent that I think supersedes that doesn't just make it, well, we can get someone else.
Right.
That said too, man, if you're trying to be an actor and you did that shit, just like go through and delete some tweets.
Right. Exactly.
Like, don't say it in the first place. Don't be a shitty person. But if you went through like a dumb, edgy phase, or like you are a shitty person and you want to be in the public eye, at least self-reflect enough to go, maybe we say that part quiet.
There have been plenty of actors who have been canceled and brought back. The director of the Guardians of the Galaxy,
James Gunn.
James Gunn. He went through the ringer. He lost the contract to do the third one. Got hired by Warner Brothers to do Suicide Squad 2. Then got back on to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 anyway. So he doubled up. But for a while, he was being thrown under the bus. I mean, there is evidence of cancel culture. Reversing. Pulling back and going, okay, we see, but. When I'm sorry, I was more on the, okay, Warner Brothers, you probably knew this before you hired him side of it, until I read that one tweet that said, above all the other racist stuff or anything, this is the one I think did it. Because this would have been the one that did it for me. The one where he said, something about I got to get a peek at a boob during this audition, something like that. I was, that was the one. I was like, dude, because it was like, oh my God. I was like, so because it feels like whoever he was making that joke about is probably going to remember something. It was just too many jokes. There was like, okay, there sounds like there's victims here somewhere. Yeah, that there's going to be some blowback, and I'm thinking that's why Warner Brothers did it, but. On the side of this show, let me just speak as a viewer of that show. Mm-hmm. When his character was first introduced, I didn't care for him. I didn't care for the character. I didn't feel it was necessary. And then the way Hartley performed was not entertaining to me because it just felt like a Jim Carrey ripoff. That's how he came off to me. He just, everything that he was doing felt like I was watching a scene from Jim Carrey, Pet Detective and Ace Ventura. And then after a while, a couple of seasons, now I'm like, okay, I like this guy. It seems like he's going to be here to stay. The main character Flash is passing the torch a little bit. If anything ever happens to me, you're going to be the guy. And that was kind of said in one of the last episodes. That was and then this happened.
The Flash did say though,
the actor that plays the Flash,
you'll be the new Flash. Just skim your Twitter account and make sure you didn't say any racist bullshit. And then
if you want to be a hero, make sure you delete your Twitter account.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for I mean he's an actor. His dream was to have this career, and I feel like this is it for him. He's probably not going to recover from this. And that's
I feel like the general public can be a little kinder, like even in the James Gunn case, with sort of the how do you handle it from there? Do you issue a very sincere apology and really show like this was misguided, this is who I was, it's not who I am,
right?
Here's how I'm attempting to do better, because I do feel like
well you're right. No, James Gunn, that's the perfect example.
What?
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Oh, that's it. I think jokes instead of actual like actions, the public, we're getting better at understanding like the shades of gray of like this was shitty, but there are actual like, you know, predators out there, and like those are the people that just need to be like shut down forever.
Exactly.
This is like, can you learn a lesson? Can you come back? And I'm not the person to make those decisions. But I do think it's an interesting discussion about how the shades of gray within that kind of behavior works. So I could, honestly, I didn't watch the show, so I don't know who he is. So that probably won't be great for his career. That I think this was kind of his breakout. And it's like, oh, you got fired from that for being shitty.
But it's James Gunn. It's hard to compare to James Gunn because he did it. He self-checked himself before anybody else even knew what was going on. Yeah. So. But I mean, who knows what this guy's gonna do? What do you guys think? Okay, we've kind of weighed in on this guy for a while, so I'm just gonna. Well, it's done. It's over now. What do you guys think about it? If you're a fan of the show, you're gonna miss. Is it Plastic Man or Scholastic Man? I forgot the name already. Wow, time flies.
You couldn't have been that good, girl.
Right?
I can't even remember who he was.
Will you miss him? You think think the show's gonna be better for it or not? Was it the right decision? Let us know below, and maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. But with that out of the way, I think we have one last thing to talk about. What's trending?
Well, yesterday was a very special day for a lot of very hardcore fans. Chris, tell me, can you think of a number that was highly emphasized for a particular piece of marketing?
Oh, yeah, 69, dudes.
That's right. Orion Pictures released the official teaser and poster of the upcoming third installment of Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is scheduled for an August 21st release. I got to check out the trailer, and I gotta say, it looks fun. It kind of made me go, oh, I think we as a world right now could use something very kind and fun and silly and just about be excellent to each other.
Right.
It's a lovely thought. It's a lovely thing to hear right now. So I don't know. I like the first one. I'm not an intense fan of the franchise, but it definitely made me go, I think this could be a huge, huge hit. And again, I think just so much lack of normalcy this year, and I think people will be really excited, even if it's on demand or however they end up releasing that, if we can have something that feels like the water cooler, like popcorn hit of the summer, and it's just this big, fun, silly kind of throwbacky comedy. I think that's something people are really going to be hyped for. Like I said, it made me go, oh, that looks so fun, I want to see it. So I don't know, were you excited? Are you looking forward to this one?
At first, I didn't think I would be. I thought it's been too long. You know, we should have had this movie years ago. I don't think Keanu would ever do it. Then all of a sudden he did it, and then lately we've been in kind of like a Keanu sense, like all these movies that he's been in lately, and he's got this way about him. He's known throughout his fandom and through Hollywood that he's such a nice and respectful guy.
Yeah.
So when you see him out there, you root for him. And then, like you said, I think you coined it perfectly. This movie is going to be like a breath of fresh air in the midst of what's all been going on with the pandemic, with everything and all the tension and whatnot. A movie like this it'll be so much fun to just. It's going to the theaters for now. So if that sticks, you know, even if it's at 20% capacity or 50% capacity, whatever's going on, this is the type of movie that'll just be like, oh God, I feel like I'm about to have a feel good experience. I'm going to go in there, forget some troubles, party on, be excellent, and then and have something to talk about afterwards. So I'm looking forward to it now. I think after seeing this trailer, the trailer didn't give me much. But it was a teaser. It was.
But it made me chuckle too, which I feel like with a comedy, it was like, all right, that got a little laugh out of me. Like, this doesn't look like oh God, what are you trying to do? And the concept looks really clever. So
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm looking forward to the whole thing with their daughters and whatnot. Are they going to like take over the franchise or something like that? And will this move things forward? So I'm curious about it. I cannot wait to see another trailer. I'll admit that because I am a huge Bill and Ted fan, especially the first one. I must have watched the second one a billion times. It's funny because, and I was just thinking about this. I would just force my kids to watch Gremlins 1 and 2, and I did not know that Gremlins was like on a $11 million budget and made over $200 million. And then Gremlins 2 was a $50 million budget and flopped, didn't even make the money back.
Oops.
But I remember seeing Gremlins 2 way more times than I seen the first one. They showed that movie so many times. And it's the one that I remember the most.
Yeah.
And my kids got a kick out of it because you had all these silly, crazy things going on. I feel the same way about Bill and Ted too. Bill and Ted was the better movie, but the second one, The Bogus Journey, was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous in comparison. But it's the one that people quote more. It's the one that kind of stands out. So I'm wondering if they're going to go into how the first one played out, or if they're going to stay in that whole crazy adventure, the way the outrageousness was. I mean, they even met death in the second one, and death is coming back for the third one. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm curious. So guys, let us know what you guys.
Please give us something good.
we need something good. So after now, it's time to face the music. Let's hope it's good. I'm looking forward to another trailer because I'm looking forward to this and I'm curious about it. Guys, let us know what you guys think about it. It is trending. Like people we're really excited. A lot of my friends are talking about it and can't wait to see this movie. So let us know what you guys thought about the trailer and comment below. And as you guys know, we'll do a We Got Your Mail one here on the main show, and then we'll read the rest on Saturday. So we have a question here or a comment, and we're going to let's knock it out. So let's see, do I have it queued up or?
I got you. Pop Culture Vulture on Instagram was asking, do you think the 2021 Oscars are shaping up to potentially be the worst of all time, given how many movies have been delayed till next year and how many still might be? Yes, I think we're gonna be through.
I was literally just gonna say yes.
They could do what the Tony Awards did for Broadway. And I was like, oh my God, amazing. Like, it could be this beautiful thing about unity and how theater brings people. And maybe they could, like, get a bunch of people to, like, Skype in and, like, sing a song. And, like, what's Neil Patrick Harris doing? We can, like, play clips from good ones and he can host. It'll be great. They did a Grease movie sing-along. So the bar is just down here. And the Oscars, it's just theirs to trip over.
Just serve drinks and get everybody wasted like at the Grammys, man.
Like what? Use like Uber Eats and just deliver drinks to all of our houses?
What if here's something that I'm expecting to happen. And this is probably might be based on what just happened with the NFL, admitting that they were wrong about the whole kneeling thing.
Yeah.
What if on what could be considered the weakest layout for the Oscars, this is the year that they decide to ask Kevin Hart to come through and host? Like, really, on the effed up Oscars, I can already see him bitching about it. Oh, really? The messed up Oscars after the pandemic? I get that. That's the one that you give me, the pandemic Oscars.
I mean, I think a lot of it will depend, though, on how the next, like, how they if they end up shifting. I know there's been discussion of, like, do we shift the eligibility rules for this year?
Oh, you mean like, some of the movies that have been going straight to streaming are going to qualify.
I heard, so I think that could make it interesting. And honestly, 2021's a long way away. So, like, God willing, if we get a vaccine or the curve gets flattened or something by late fall, like I feel like I'm now hearing cautious optimism. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll just have a really, really great like January of movies and we'll just pull it through and it'll be the best Oscars ever. But they'll cancel it anyways to give us the Grease sing-along. Ooh, a Grease 2 sing-along. Ew. If you want to talk about movies where the sequel is just... I have no words. It's insane. It's insane. And it's so... But we'll do a Grease 2 sing-along instead of the Oscars. I'm calling it now. That's my hot 2021 prediction.
We're gonna have to do a top 10 of epic movies that have where their sequels pale in comparison, but still somehow are as epic or whatever. I would say that Grease is one of them. Gremlins, to Ghostbusters. The second one is not compared to the first one at all, but for some reason it's still beloved. I don't know how these sequels are surviving, but no, I think that this Oscars is just gonna be weird. A lot of these movies that, especially the independent ones, because of the pandemic, they weren't gonna be able to get into theaters at all. You have to be in a certain number of theaters, and I think in New York and California to qualify to be in consideration for the Oscars. So what is that going to mean for the ones that will squeak by and qualify when the pandemic ends and these movie theaters start to open? Does that mean that we're going to have like a situation where it's like best picture is these 4 movies because these were the only 4 movies that got into theaters and whatnot? Or are they going to acknowledge like a couple of Netflix originals and whatnot, whether they got to the theater at all?
Yeah.
I'm hoping they really change rules and just say, well, because I think, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think that the movies that were scheduled to go to theaters and then were forced to go on demand are going to qualify. So I don't think there's going to be too much of a hiccup. It's going to be a hiccup no matter what, but there are some movies that if they were scheduled to go to the theaters and if it wasn't their fault because the pandemic, nobody saw that coming, they're still going to qualify, even though they already were on demand and whatnot, and when the theaters open back up. So I think that's what's going to happen. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think about that, guys. Remember to keep sending those questions in, those comments. We read them all. Oh, trust me. I mean, the good, the bad. There was a couple of comments that, especially with what's been going on lately, that I could have threw somebody under the bus. A couple of you guys out there, but now I was like, I'll be nice. Pop Culture Vulture always has some cool topics. So let's read a Pop Culture Vulture.
Thank you.
I feel like I want to end on a high note, but that's the show, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, if you like what you saw, support the channel, hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber, hit the like button. It really helps us out. Remember, we got the podcast and everything. You can always follow us on Facebook, on the gram, on TikTok, on Twitter, everywhere that says T3 Media. You can follow us on there. Send your questions in, and always, as usual, I want to say thank you to Amy Newman. I always want to say your name like the way Seinfeld does on his show. Hello, Newman.
Oh no, never.
Yeah, I know you've never heard that joke, right?
So original, so quick. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for joining us tonight, today, whenever you are watching here with T3 Medias. And as always, this episode has been filmed in front of a live studio audience of my secret celebrity bang list.
That's ever growing.
Mm-hmm.
Till next time, guys. Peace.